Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about a subject that's really important to me, and it's how to find a job with a college degree but no experience. And this is really important to me because I personally struggled through this when I graduated from college, and I had a hard time finding a job. So hopefully my struggles and my experience I could give to you, and that wisdom can help you as you continue in your career and your job search after college, right? So number one, what are the 5 tips? Number one is don't buy into the notion that you have no skills, right? You do have skills, right? You may not have direct experience, but you have skills that will make you successful in the business world. For example, let's say you did research in your history class. Well, think about the job that you're applying for. And for example, you did research in history class. Well, that means that you could do marketing research as well. And you could run surveys for marketing. So you just have to think about how those skills translate to real world jobs and then convey that in your cover letter, your resume, and also in your job interview. All right? So you're saying, hey, I may not have this direct experience, but I do have skills, and they will lead to success like I had success practicing those skills before in other non-related work fields. All right? Number 2, find a good internship. All right, now this one is really important. An internship is really important. I really suggest most people try to find an internship their sophomore year. Think really seriously about finding an internship in college. And it's important to distinguish what's a good one and what's a bad one. And I'll tell you what a good one is. There's really 2 main barometers for a good internship. Number 1, all right, it actually helps you develop skills or experience. And, you know, for example, let's say you're at a place and let's say you're stapling paper and getting people coffee. Well, that's okay for a couple months, right? You know, because everyone has to put in the time, the work, show their work ethic. But if you're doing that for over 6 months and they're not giving you a significant project, then you're not really developing your skills or you're not developing your experience. So that is a bad internship, right? You want to make sure that you get good projects and that you're actually learning, all right? Another good barometer of a good internship is, okay, let's assume that they do make you staple. Let's say you work for Google and they say, hey, you have to staple paper for the next 6 months. But after 6 months, you have a job at Google. Well, then that's a good internship because it'll lead you to a job, which is your ultimate goal, is getting a job, all right? So 2 barometers for a good internship. Number 3, increase your salesmanship abilities. All right? And this is important because, hey, even if you don't have experience or you don't have all the skills, if you can sell yourself, if you can show your strengths, if you can be personable, if you can be charming, if you can look like you can fit into the organization, they're going to pick you up regardless if you don't have those things, right? So you have to practice on this to get this right, but increasing that will help you even without experience, right? Number 4. Major in STEM, right? And I'm just going to abbreviate STEM. It stands for science, technology, okay, engineering, right? Abbreviations, and math, right? Now, majoring in a STEM field is what will help you find a job without much experience, because the knowledge, you have such, focused knowledge. You have knowledge that not a lot of people have. And at the same time, too, what's really cool about, the STEM field is that you're just, you've solved so many complex problems. Your abilities can be used in so many different facets. So that's why a lot of companies love people that are in the STEM fields. Now, does that say that you have to do this one? No, this doesn't apply to everyone. You can still do social science and the other ones and humanities and still be fine, but this definitely helps with trying to find a job with no experience, right? And finally, the last one, which everything hinges on, is plan early, right? If you are doing this after you graduate, these things, it's going to be much, 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 much harder, right? If you plan early, you can develop skills and also experience, right? If you plan early, you can find a good internship. My brother took almost a year and a half before he found the internship that really landed his career in college, right? Planning early allows you to increase your salesman abilities. It doesn't come overnight. You have to practice and practice to get it right. Majoring STEM, it's not instantly you could just switch over to a STEM major. You have to fulfill curriculum, do all these different types of math. So that requires planning, right? So planning is a big key to making sure that you get a job with no experience outside of college, right? So listen to these 5 things. These 5 things will help you in your job search. And I wish you good luck as you try to find your career after college. I'll talk to you soon.